All right, I know you have a very big game in basically because you're in LA now, in your backyard this weekend. It's not as big as it is for your husband, who's a big Commanders fan. Jaden Daniels is back. Chargers are coming off an inexplicable loss to the Giants in New Jersey, but the guy is back. How's everything going in your world right now?
Where do I even begin? Look, I just want to preface this by saying I'm extremely grateful, blessed to have this job. But I did 2 games this weekend. I was in Phoenix Thursday. I was in Denver Monday. So and we're going to London next week. So right. I was hoping to just, sit on the couch and watch the game. And I wasn't going to bring it up because Landis, my husband, said a month ago, we're going to that game. And I was like, yeah. And then with Jaden hurt, I was like, okay, I'm going to stay quiet. Maybe we can just forget about this. No. Yesterday, he was like, we're going to the game, right? And I was like, oh, you really want to go? Don't you just want to, order in and watch it on TV? He's like, no. I was like, God. So we're going, and because Jaden will be playing, obviously we're going. He looked like a little kid on Christmas. He's like, I'm going to get to see Jaden Daniels. I'm like, Landis, act like you've been there before. Come on.
Has he been there before?
To SoFi, yes.
Okay.
But to see Jaden Daniels, no.
Okay.
But come on. I bring him to these events. He meets these cool people. But Jaden Daniels, I guess, has a special place in his heart.
Right.
So, yes, he will be playing. And I've covered the Chargers now for 5 seasons, Adam. We've talked extensively about this team. And what everybody says the Charger way, the Charger curse, it's not real. What's going on? Joe Alt now, Jim Harbaugh says, we're not sure if he's going to go on IR. First you lose Rashawn Slater. Now you lose Joe Alt. It's just, I don't know who I feel worse for, Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert at this point.
Here's what's interesting. The NFL has been all a mess with so many injuries this year. Quarterbacks, linemen. The Panthers are down at least 2 offensive linemen. So I do wonder if the relaxed rules, or not relaxed rules, the tightened rules about what you're allowed to do in training camp, how much you're allowed to practice, how much that has led to early season injuries. Yeah, and I know it's just one game, but for some reason 17 just seems like a slog, even compared to 16, and eventually we'll be at 18. But, man, you have to have depth in the offensive line. Hopefully the Chargers have figured that out. What's interesting to me about the Chargers, though, is that they haven't really been a run-heavy team. They've really leaned into Justin Herbert through 4 weeks.
That has been the most fascinating part about the success from the Chargers, despite the loss that they had, and that we could talk about, and the Jackson Dart of it all.
Yeah.
But when you look at this Chargers team, when Jim Harbaugh drafted Joe Alt with the first pick, number 5 overall, we thought, they're going to run the ball. They got Amari and Hampton, but Quentin Johnston has been an outlier that I didn't ever anticipate we'd be talking about. The way that he has just been able to work through the first 2 seasons where he had so many drops and now is coming out. I mean, it's great. And then Keenan Allen, too. I thought he would come and kind of be just that veteran guy in the locker room, not really do too much on the field. And I've been pleasantly surprised. And good for Justin Herbert, because I feel he maybe hasn't gotten all the credit, been in the conversations with Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, because he just hasn't had good weapons around him. And finally, they're making it work. It's going to be interesting to see against this Commanders defense, though, what they do on Sunday, whether they do try and run it or stick with the air game. The fact that they haven't, and Jim Harbaugh's his MO everywhere he's been has been run heavy football. So I wonder at some point, does he switch back to that when they least expect it? I don't know. But this has all caught me by surprise. He has also gotten, Herbert had a great season statistically last year. I think he has been better. I don't know how the stats compare to what we saw last year. He has been better through 4 weeks, last week notwithstanding. The first 3 weeks, he was better these 3 weeks than he was the previous season, I thought. Let me ask you about another team that traditionally is run heavy and absolutely is not. The Baltimore Ravens
I don't know. Did they forget? I know Derrick Henry's been fumbling, but they have been a pass-heavy offense through the first 4 weeks of the season to the point where I saw this stat, that they hand the ball off less on first and second down than every other team in the NFL. And that is mind-blowing to me.
Okay, well, let's look at who the Baltimore Ravens have played. Their schedule has been one of the most challenging through the first 4 weeks. They've played the Bills, which, they ran the ball a lot in that game. Do you remember? They were leading for the majority of the game. Derrick Henry had that horrible fumble that cost them the game.
Yep.
Then they're playing the Browns. Okay, the Lions and the Chiefs. Those are two tough teams, and correct me if I'm wrong, they were struggling, so you're not going to run the ball. You have to throw it to keep up.
Right.
And, I think because of the opponents, we've seen them run the ball less, and then the weirdness of Derrick Henry fumbling in so frequently, which is just something he doesn't do. But to me, you got to get back to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the longer you get away from it, the more it stays in a guy's head, and it just totally takes away from what you're doing. But when how I feel about the Baltimore Ravens, and I came on this show this summer telling you the Baltimore Ravens are winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. When you look at this team and the struggles that they've had, and granted, I just talked about the Lions. I talked about the Chiefs. Talked about the Bills. They should have won that Bills game. Let's
they were the better team.
But I don't know, and then Lamar Jackson is dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue.
Yeah.
You got to have this Texans game be a get-right game. Go back to the fundamentals, run the ball, hand the ball off to Derrick Henry 100 times. I don't care. Do that. Get his confidence up, because then your season isn't going to get easier. I mean, the Rams is the next up for them, and they look like one of the best teams in football. That's another team who should have beat the Eagles.
Yep. Yeah, to me, the Rams should be 4-0. No doubt about it. And they just, the win over the Colts, I mean, the Colts might really be a very good team. I don't know how good. I mean, at the beginning of the season, my philosophy about the NFL is that it's really 3 seasons. Like, you can get off to a good start. Like, I think the Bills are excellent, but the combined record of their 4 wins, and granted, one of them is the Ravens, so we're not really knocking them for that. But the combined record for the other 3 teams that they've played are 1 and the rest. Like, only the Dolphins have a win because the Dolphins got to play the Jets. The Bills have really had, other than that Ravens game, they have had an absolute breeze start to the season. Now, the Bills are going to be fine, and they're probably the favorites in the AFC at this point. But we'll find out just who the really good teams are from like the middle of this month until we get into December, and then it's about kind of trying to stay healthy if it's at all possible. The start sometimes can be a little bit misleading. Maybe the Colts are good, and they haven't had necessarily a super easy schedule. The Ravens are panicking. If Lamar Jackson can't go, they are in full panic mode because the Steelers are 3-1, and I think they're off this week. And the Steelers have not played. The Steelers' defense has not played well yet, and they're 3-1. They have one of the worst defenses right now, statistically, in the NFL.
And then the Browns. I mean, with Dylan Gabriel, who knows what they can do? I still think they're a bad team, but like you can't in that division. You cannot just like get comfortable.
Yeah, the Browns have a bad offense. The Browns have a really good defense.
Yes.
Now, I don't know what to make of their game against Minnesota in London. That'll be the warm-up act for when you get to go over there and watch the Jets and the Broncos. Bless your heart. Sorry, but the Broncos are good.
Bengals and the Broncos on Monday, so I'm making my round.
Well, you're familiar with the Broncos. Broncos should be good. I don't think it's gone exactly the way that Sean Payton has wanted so far this year, but I don't even remember which team we were talking about. But let me just move on to
Browns.
Browns. Yeah. What do you make of Shedeur Sanders like lip syncing in the locker room?
Okay, so it was a reaction to what Rex Ryan said. Is that true?
I have no idea.
That's what I saw, but I didn't see what Rex Ryan said on ESPN.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Regardless of what he said, to me, reacting to that, and I don't know what he said. Like, I should have listened to it. But it tells me you're focused on what people are saying and you're not focused on doing your job.
Yeah.
And it's just a situation where I want to speak very carefully about this because his fans already came at me once this season, and I wish no ill will. But it's just one of those things where it's like maybe in his mind, he's like, okay, by not speaking, I'm going to not allow the media to have any soundbite to use and to spin and to change what I'm saying. But by not speaking, you just made it worse. Like,
right.
He is somebody who has such high profile, right? Your dad is this famous guy, okay? You've been around celebrities your entire life. You would think that someone in his position would have good media training and just keep it short, keep it simple. Yeah, good luck. I'm happy for Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. I'm going to keep working. If you give those kind of responses, the media attention will die down. It's doing things like this that is only going to make it more of a headache for yourself. And sometimes I feel like players don't understand that when they give these short, snarky answers or give answers that, it's just like sometimes you just got to give the 20-second answer that you're saying something, but you're really not saying anything, and people will leave you alone.
Yeah, he should have. I mean, he either says, I really don't want to talk about it, or, look, I just need to work hard and things will take care of themselves. But what he did was just very unprofessional. I don't know if I admire the media members for continuing to ask questions that weren't being answered or not. To me, once I get to the second question and I get that, I'm like, that's cool, we're good, thanks. And I walk away. I just don't have time for it.
I think I would have been like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up a little? What are we doing here?
Exactly. All right, final question for Bridget Condon, NFL Network, at Bridget Condon on Twitter. Who is the best team in the league?
Okay, I'm going to say the Rams.
Ooh.
Yep, I know.
Ooh.
I know.
Borderline
Matthew
spicy.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Did you see that throw that he made?
He's amazing.
Who was it? To Tutu Atwell?
Yeah.
And then did you see he was mic'd up, which was hilarious.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, you should go find it on Twitter. He's like, I'm that dude. It was just so funny. And I mean, he is so good. I think that their coaching is incredible. Their defense is still young and still good.
Yeah.
They had the Eagles. And if you
oh, no, they win the game. If they make the field goal, it was blocked in return for a touchdown. They make the field goal, they win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And they blew a big lead in that game, too.
I'm going with the hometown team, okay?
I like it. All right. What does Ava have an NFL onesie?
Oh, she sure does.
Is it a Washington onesie?
So she has a Patriots and she has a Washington.
Good.
What do I do?
All right.
I don't know.
I'm not going to ask any more questions about it.
Yeah.
We'll save it for next time. Bridget Condon.
Always a pleasure.
At midnight, do you download the album?
Right?
What?
You'll be listening at midnight, right?
Of course. The chances of me being awake, by the way, at midnight tonight do not exist. But
set your alarm. Come on, Adam.
Maybe my son. We were listening to Blank Spaces on the way to school today.
I love it.
I know. I appreciate your time. I thought about you as we were driving to school. I will talk to you very soon. Thank you very much.
Okay, can't wait. All right, bye. Next week we'll break down the album, okay?
Okay, that's fine. That's good. I appreciate it. All right.
Have a good weekend.
We have you too. We've already taken care of a guest next week.